Greetings everybody, David here from PrimeMortal Fitness here to take you through a little end of the day stretch. I love Vinyasa Flow, and if you're watching this, chances are you've been to one of those Vinyasa Flow classes that I teach. This class will have a little bit of flow, but it's quite slowed down. So we're going to be looking at finding that little bit of quiet in our practice, that kernel of quiet, that little seed of silence, I suppose, that we all kind of can carry within us, and that can so often be forgot as we move through the world, especially in current times. So come and join me on the mat. You don't need any props for this. If you want to use any extra padding for your knees, like a blanket, any pillows, anything like that that you would normally use in your practice, a yoga block, you can, but you don't necessarily have to use those. So join me on the mat and we'll go into child's pose to start our practice. And just link into the breath. So big toes to touch, knees are as far apart as you're comfortable, keeping them, and then come on down to the mat. I'm going to go into a bound version with hands at my feet and just let my head rest down. So I start off with just the breath. Inhale and exhale, and I'll let you just kind of figure that out yourself for a while as we lie heavy on the mat. And one more breath in and out. And we reach hands forward. Allow the arms to be heavy for a bit longer, and maybe you start to massage across the forehead, just rolling across the eyebrows, forehead thinner space. As we start this practice, what sort of things do you need to leave behind, and what things do you need to take up? What do you need to bring with you? And find some stillness. And then begin to walk the fingers ahead, push into your fingerprints to deepen the lower back stretch. Let's take an inhale to lift the head. Exhale, walk your hands towards your right, stretching your left side. Inhale back to center, take hands to the other side, stretching the right side. Inhale, coming back to the center, and then come up onto all fours. We're going to keep the pelvis above the knees and go into a bit of a twist. So reaching your left arm up, breathing. And as you exhale, easy twist, bring the head down. And if you find that your butt kind of moves off to one side or the other, can you just bring it back to the center? That deeper stretch down, in this case, my instructor left side. And coming out. Inhale, unwrap. Exhale, reach ahead, pull the fingers back, have a gentle forearm stretch. Other side, so your right arm up. Exhale, come through. Bring the pelvis back to the center. You need to press into one knee or the other for that. Inhale to unwrap. Exhale, flex. Pulling the fingers back and bring the hand down. Make sure knees are under the hips and the elbows turn back. We'll go into a bit of cat and cow. So pressing into the ground, rounding the back. Squeeze the butt, squeeze the chest, use the neck muscles. And inhale, coming through your cow pose. The belly is lifted. We're offering the heart rather than just dropping our abdominals. Exhale, around to your cat. Inhale to cow, and then I'm going to start moving in little twists and turns, and you can do whatever you might like. So I start to kind of roll through the body. I'm just keeping my breath nice and easy. And if you're doing some of these rotations with me, make sure that you rotate back the other way. I'm going to start mine now. I did about 4. Find that flat back. Come into a first downward facing dog, so tuck the toes. The inhale. Exhale, lift, push back, begin to walk. Sway, swing, turn, twist. Whatever you like. Last couple of breaths. And then let's find stillness right about here. Inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, bend the knees. Inhale, tilt the pelvis. And exhale, push heels towards the ground. Stay here in your downward facing dog. And enjoy the feelings, enjoy the quiet. Bend the knees, look forward and walk up to the front. Ooh. Feet hip width distance for ragdoll, bend the knees. Let yourself be heavy, and then cup the elbows. And maybe you sway, maybe you stay still, maybe you do something else. Last 2 breaths. And then let the hands go. Inhale, begin to roll up. Walk your hands up your body. That felt so good. I've just gotten up from my desk, so it feels very good. Inhale, we're going to lift up. Exhale, hands just to heart center, and we'll kind of just refresh our minds, refresh our hearts with that intention of just finding that quiet. So I'll be talking as little as possible. Lots of time to just breathe, enjoy the postures. Begin with an easy sigh. Inhale, lift up. Maybe you look up. Exhale, this slow diving down, right? It's dripping like honey or syrup all the way down. Half lift, hands to shins. And I've left my feet hip width distance, that's just happened, right? Exhale, hands to the mat, step back, high plank, knees or toes, and hold. We do want to get the benefit of the postures, and some of these deep stretches, they do benefit from us getting a little bit warmer. So let's take one more inhale here, lift the ribs a little higher. As you exhale, we come down through Chaturanga, Dandasana. Flatten the feet, inhale for baby cobra. Push into the mat with your feet. Feel like your snake's tail helps to lift you, and along with your back and butt. Exhale, I'm going to go through bent knees, just a little sojourn in child's before I lift up, downward facing. I'm going straight into the rest of my flow. So I inhale, I lift up the right leg. Exhale, bend the knee, flex the foot. We stack the hips so I can see my foot just underneath my other arm. But I want to roll down my right armpit to be level here. So I have this lovely twist happening. One more breath in and out. And then I'm coming forward into a very low lunge. I bring my foot down, try to get it between my hands. And if it doesn't get there, I just use my hand. Bring the left knee down. And just enjoy this lunge, pushing into toes, foot, and the top of my left foot behind me to lift me up, Anjaneyasana. And I sink in. We're here for a little while. So feel free to arrange your feet as you need to. Put a little bit of a towel maybe underneath your back knee if you need that extra support. But then we find our stability in this pose, allowing for the stretch in the hip flexor. It's the hip flexor of the leg that's behind us. So I breathe in. As I exhale, I pull these ribs in, tilt the pelvis, and sink a little bit more. Ooh. You can feel that lovely stretch coming through. Hip flexor's been short quite a lot today as I've been sitting. One more breath in and out. And then an easy side bend, forearm to thigh, reach up and over, just a gentle side bend. Keep your balance by pushing into the top of your left foot and into especially the big toe on the right foot. Inhale, lift out of the side bend, and exhale, twist to your right. So that can be both hands on the thigh, it can be an arm wrapping. I'm going to stretch through my chest a little bit today and take the arm reaching all the way around, try and rest my shoulders. Again, pushing into both feet to keep you stable here. And I've got the heat building in that hip flexor, on my left side hip flexor. Relax the shoulders and jaw a little bit more. One last breath in and out. Then inhale, unwrap. Take the hands to the floor, and as you exhale, half Ardha Manasana, so that half splits. Extend the right leg, flip the toes. Avoid sitting back on your calf because it's just not the shape. And find your stretch in the sole of your feet, your calf, and into the middle especially of the hamstrings. Press the chest forward and tilt the chin. And when stretching hamstrings, gentle is the way to go. So if you feel any stretch at the back of your knee, any sensations, especially painful ones, or way up here where your hamstrings attach into your pelvis, please bend your knee more. We don't want the stretch in either of those places. We want it in the middle where all that muscle is. As we inhale, we creep back forward for lizard. So I bring both hands inside the right foot and heel toe the right foot out. Then I roll onto the blade edge of the foot so the knee comes out. If that feels good, stay there. If it doesn't feel good, then bring the foot back down. And then maybe you stay here for your lizard. Lovely inner thigh, inside of hip. Maybe you come down a little deeper with me, just to elbows. Feel free to stay here, but if you'd like to go into a slightly different shape, you can come with me as well, as I bring my foot back to the mat and I climb up. Secure the left shoulder, reach with the right arm to the foot behind, and see if we can take hold of it. Oh, there we go. Now it's up to you. Do you just hold the foot, or maybe you kick into your hand and then pull in, getting a deeper stretch through all of your quadriceps. And I love the twisty version of this too, so I pull my right knee in a little closer, right? I've got a counter twist in my twist, and then I turn, I feel stable and pleasantly challenged. Let's have some quiet breaths. One more breath in, out. And gently release, bring hand to the mat. Heel toe the foot in, tuck the toes behind. We do have a little bit of balance here, so lift your back knee first, and then we're going to try and lift up into a warrior three. So first I shift more into my right foot. I want to ensure I stay in frame, mostly in frame, and then I'm lifting up into my balance. I'm just staying here for a little while. I might take my hands behind me and stretch my shoulders. One more big breath in. As we exhale, touch down, and let's go through a flow together. So knees or toes, come down. Elbows staying on top of wrists. Breathe in, I'm going into up dog with eyes lifted, open the heart. Exhale, take it back. Moving to your left side, so take a look at your hands first, turn the elbows in, get that good downward facing dog foundation. And we lift up left leg, then flex open. And then square your armpits back to the mat, so we have that counter twist. Keep lifting, keep breathing. And coming forward into that lunge, step it all the way forward. I could have done that a bit lighter, but anyway. Inhale up. Exhale, sink into Anjaneyasana. Now if your shoulders have had enough today, you can always bring your hands to your hips. I'm going to go ahead and wiggle my foot forward a bit more, because I feel like I've got a little bit more length here. I want to tuck under and pull down, so I'm pulling into the center. Similar concept to twist and counter twist. I might just stay here. Coming into that side bend, so forearm to thigh. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, reach over. Lovely stretch between the ribs and deeper inside too, right? Quadratus lumborum there. Some of the muscles of the trunk, those deeper muscles within abdominal function, support function. Inhale up, exhale to the twist. Construct your twist as slowly as you need to. Inhale, release. Exhale for half Hanumanasana, so we slide it back. Flip the toes. And I pull my left hip back just a little bit. This side always seems to be that a little bit less supple, needing a little more love. Last breath. Exhale, come forward. Let's construct our lizard. Hands on the inside. Walk the foot out. Roll onto the outside edge of the foot. And where did you go last time? Did you stay upright? Did you climb down to elbows? Whatever you did last time, see if you can get there this time. And if it doesn't happen, that's okay. It's a different side, it's a different hip. Ooh. And the breath. And if you joined me last time on that twisted version, then we climb up, bring the foot down, walk your right hand closer to your left foot just for that balance help, and we turn and bring. And so we're just breathing naturally, expansively, but naturally. You just have the sound of that susurration of the breath going through a natural woodwind, right? That's right through the windpipe, the lungs. Last breath in. And out, release. Walk the foot in a little bit for that balance, a little bit of extra heat. I've moved back this time, so maybe I stay in frame. And we shift into our warrior three. So I lift. My standing leg is soft. I'm going to reach my hands forward, then circle them around to the back. Give myself a bit of a shoulder stretch. And I'm going to cross my fingers the opposite way. So I just move them one rung up. Stay here for that balance. Keep the breath. 2 more breaths. Wobble, wobble. And release. Go through your last vinyasa. Bend your knees, and just bring your knees down to the mat. We're going into an easy back bend here. Just a real restorative one called Sphinx. That's when we lie down. Bring the elbows underneath the shoulders, and then see if this suits. Because if it doesn't, you can take the elbows out further for less of a back bend or a more accommodating back bend. You can also take the elbows out wider. Everyone's shoulders back are different. I'm going to bring mine underneath. I spread my fingers like I've got big sphinx paws, big lion's paws. I'm bringing my feet just together at the back. I relax the shoulders, draw the shoulder blades down. Helps me to offer the heart ahead and give me that real thoracic back bend. And that's where I want the back bend to be the most. Two more breaths. This time in the evening, that's probably enough of a back bend. So I'm going to take my hands a little wider and press back, easy child's pose. I'll bring my knees forward for that. And then you're ready to come up to seated. Inhale and just walk your hands back to your knees. And then we're going to go into a bit of work for our abductors with Gormakasana, with cow face pose. So first things first, let's take the left leg out and take the right across, but we're taking the blade edge of the foot across. So just make sure that we're not doing half Lord of the Fishes, so the foot is not on the floor, but the edge of it is, and you pull it right back. For some people, this is what they need. This is what they might need because the outside of the hips is just not quite so, not so supple. But if you can, try to bend the left leg with both sit bones on the ground and your knees stacked as much as you can. Come into the full bind. And as you see, I move my hamstrings out of the way. When I was told that I could move my own muscles out of the way, that was a revolution to me in yoga. So I've got right leg on top, and this is my left arm, and I bring it. Maybe I hold it here, or hold my shirt, or you go into the full bind. We're going to stay upright for this one too. So wherever you've gone, press your head into your arm. Feel lifted, feel tall. Let's have 3 breaths here. Feeling that wonderful stretch outside of the hips. Let's It's nice that we can stretch those abductor muscles by just pretzeling ourselves. Keep the legs in the cow face. Let's just have a twist. So I release my bind and I'm twisting to my instructor right, and twisting to your right. Right arm lands behind. Feel free to move your head here a little bit. And just kind of go through the neck. Pop, pop. And one more breath. Exhale, untwist. And then we're going to go to the other side. Now I'm going to turn to the left and like circle around here. So I turn. And here I am re-pretzel. If you got lost, fear not. You just want to make sure that your left leg is on top of your right leg. Move things out of the way. Move the hamstrings, the calves. Whew. Sit in your shoestring shape. And then right arm comes up for the bind. Or not, maybe you didn't like the bind last time and don't want to do it. 3 breaths. And then twisting to the left, release. Prop up at the back. And one more inhale and exhale. Exhale to release. Go ahead and deep pretzel. Get a little shake. We're going into frog pose next. So stretching the adductors, adductors. If you'd like to, you can double up your mat. And if this sort of a pose doesn't suit you, if it doesn't feel great in the groin or in the knees, then what you would be doing is sitting and doing Baddha-Konasana. So just heels together. So you can do that as an alternative if this shape just doesn't suit your body today. I take my knees as wide as they can go, comfortably, and I flex my feet. So I've got ankle right behind the knee, and my feet are flexed as in dorsiflexor, toes pulled back. And I push my butt back, strong belly, always, and I come down to my elbows. Now from here, you can stay, you can come out early, or you can do what I do, which I push my knees into the mat so I can feel my inner thighs working. You'll see my butt kind of lift here, and I just let it go. I'm going to do that just one more time. Press in. Exhale and let it go. Then I'm going to walk back, again keeping my back strong, my belly lifted. I'll be here for about 5 breaths. Coming up slowly, so first I kind of walk ahead and just retrace my steps. And I come up and bringing big toes to touch and knees together, and then I just sit in that space. Could do that all over again, but we need to move on, so we're going to finish up with a bit of a forward fold, Paschimottanasana, basic seated fold. So take your legs out long, untuck the butt. You can always sit on a pillow or a block or a folded blanket if you need to. Feet are hip width distance and the knees are soft. Take the junk out of the trunk so that your sit bones are on the mat with a blanket, whatever it is you're sitting on. Inhale up. And as you exhale with that strong belly, you're joining from the joins, so let's take belly to thighs and then make our body wait for hands to feet if they even get there. Once you come in, you should have a good chest and thigh connection. You're going to try to keep that as much as you can. You can start to walk the heels out, maybe offer the heart. I like to do this wave-like thing where I inhale and I lift the chest. And as I exhale, I try and undulate from my prominent ribs all the way down. Do that one more time. Inhale. Exhale down. We'll stay here for a few breaths. Feel free to pull the toes back a little bit. Whew. One more breath in and out. And then inhale slowly, walk up. Let's lift up out of the hips too, so hands behind, fingers pointing to feet. Bend your knees. We'll do a little bathtub plank and lift up. And then come back down. Let's roll onto our backs. And finish with an easy supine twist each side. We're taking knees to the left side. Hop your butt back a little bit. Just enjoy this sinking feeling, pleasurable sinking feeling, quietly into the mat. 3 breaths. Let's change to the other side. Just take your time. Do whatever you need to do to get to that other side, make those arrangements. Keeping the shoulders on the ground. And just letting that quiet descend. 3 breaths. And now to finish, simply come into a relaxation posture of your own choosing. That could be Shavasana, Supta Baddha Konasana. Feel free to put a blanket on, or some socks, whatever you'd like. Let's just have 10 breaths where we let that quiet travel throughout our entire body. If you'd like to stay lying for longer, you most definitely may. You can just lie until the video ends. But if you want to finish in a seated position with me, start making some little movements through fingers and toes. Maybe you reach overhead. And hug knees into chest. I'm just going to rock side to side. Come to stillness. Or maybe you lift your head and roll up, or you roll to one side for a little bit and push up. That is right. Whatever you choose. When you come up to seated, just relax the shoulders and breathe. I thank you so much for joining me tonight, for this easy after work stretch, and finding that kernel of quiet and just celebrating the fact that we do have this body and we have this time to celebrate our practice. Thank you very much for joining me. I see you through the interwebs. I honor all that we share. I say namaste to convey all of that. Thank you, everyone.